Okay, I think we are in connection now with also our Facebook profile, and we can start our first Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue Info Day in Togliatti Academy of Management. As I told you before, I refer the greetings and sorrow by the president of the Life Beyond Tourism movement, Carlotta De Bianco, to not be with us this morning for the reason I explained you before. Of course, she presents her appreciation, and of course I share it with, we all share with her the appreciation for the collaboration that has been initiated with the Togliatti Academy of Management, and in particular very special thanks to the president, Professor Igor Bogdanov, that few weeks ago signed the Memorandum of Understanding and collaboration with our foundation and our Life Beyond Tourism movement. I also would like to emphasize our appreciation for the work carried out so far by the head of the design department, Professor Elena Wisniewska. Elena, I think that we met the first time we were in Istanbul for attending a festival of diploma projects organized by the Union of Architects of Turkey. It was in 2015, so I'm really glad that our friendship and collaboration has created this opportunity for starting this project with you and your students. And I also thank the Vice Rector, Professor Ekaterina Kachura. We met recently, and I think that she will not hate me so much for the troubles we have indirectly created with the customs procedures for the delivery of the Life Beyond Tourism info kit that will contain the posters of the exhibition Florence in the World in Florence. Corinna is the author of that exhibition, and will introduce the concept of that exhibition that will be also a sort of inspiration for your future works. And of course, I'm really glad to refer the greetings of Carlotta and mine, and also Corinna's as well, to all the guys, girls, and students of the Togliatti Academy that decided to attend this meeting and to learn about the activity of the foundation, the purpose of the Life Beyond Tourism movement the foundation has created, and the details of the projects that we are proposing. The project, his name is Back to Life, Revitalization of Places after COVID-19. I don't talk longer about this general situation that we all are sharing at global level. But I just would like to, this morning will be used for presenting the idea that the foundation and the Life Beyond Tourism movement elaborated over the last few months, and the details of the collaboration that we are proposing to all of you in order to contribute to promote the local cultural identities, the local cultural expressions, all the achievements and the outcomes of the local creativity, in order to share and to unite at a global level the efforts of different universities in promoting their territory under the life beyond tourism methodology. That I would like since now to emphasize is a methodology that's interpret and consider heritage, identity, and travel and hospitality as a means for promoting dialogue, a means for promoting mutual respect, a means for promoting peace among the different countries and unifying all together for building a better world to live in. So this is a general presentation of of our activity. Of course, we are welcoming you in taking part in our project. There are different steps of that project. The first one is already started. You will receive, I hope, as soon as possible, the Life Beyond Tourism info kit that will contain books about Life Beyond Tourism for your library, and I invite you to share that publication with all of you. Brochure about our activity and about the possibility that we offer to young students also in terms of internship. Anastasia is here just to bear witness of that opportunities. Maybe in future also a student from your university could take part in this program. And this info kit will contain the exhibition that we hope very soon we will open all together. Maybe we can organize another connection and for the official opening. After that, and after this first introductory meeting of this Life Beyond Tourism Info Day, where we will give some preliminary remarks of our activity. You, the students, will have the possibility for attending our Life Beyond Tourism e-learning course. And for the reason why, and we thank very much the Togliatti Academy of Management, who is an institutional member of our foundation movement, all you dear students will have the chance to attend for free that course. And that course will provide you with further insights and information about the experience we had over the last 20 years in using heritage and travel for promoting a different way of approaching the identities of different countries and culture. How to use travel, how to use local identities for promoting travel inclusive communities, for promoting a better way to a new commercial offer also for visiting and changing the visiting experience into a live experience, an experience of life for the visitors. Then after this third step, I mean the Life Beyond Tourism e-learning course, is up to you. dear students, with the, of course, leader, but your tutor, to prepare a cultural storytelling of Togliatti, a cultural biography, to put all your energy is in discovering the real cultural expressions of your region and how to better interpret, how to better communicate those expressions and how to better present them in order to attract or offer a product, let's say also a product for promoting incoming in your region under the Life Beyond Tourism methodology. And let me emphasize since now that all your work, all your cultural storytelling will be displayed and promoted in our web portal and all our socials, and in a international festival that pandemic permitting, we will organize in Florence in fall 2021. So this is in very few words what is going on and what we are expecting from Togliatti Academy of Management and from their students to attend these projects. The name is Back to Life is just because we are convinced that through the works of all the universities that are joining this project, we will be able to launch a message of hope, a message of trust in setting up a new future, in discovering the worldwide cultural identities in a special way. It's not that it is not a consumistic way, but it is a human way, because as I told you before, we consider heritage and travel two powerful means for promoting a better humankind. I would like to details, but in a fast way, and share with you a PowerPoint presentations that give you further insight. And later I leave the floor to Corinna, and Corinna will give you further insight about the exhibition Florence in the World, the World in Florence, and the course that I emphasize again is one of the important steps of this project. So allow me again a few seconds in order to share with you my presentation. And let's keep a finger crossed. Okay. And just a moment. Okay. I think I need at least 10 other Life Beyond Tourism info day like yours for getting the right experience in managing these tools. Nevertheless, I don't. Well, okay. Yes. Okay. I hope that you are seeing my my video.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, great. I'm really relieved. And so this is the first slides of the presentation. Let's go on. Okay, again, some few notes about Life Beyond Tourism. That's whose aim is promoting knowledge between countries of different culture and contributing to the diffusion and affirmation of the universal values such as respect, harmony among people, and the struggle, the degrade of the travel experience by transforming the tourist experience from a simple occasion of leisure into a precious moment of encounter between subjects of different culture. This is in few words, the Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement aim. And with his vision that building peace in the world with dialogues, thanks to heritage and travel, and the mission that it is promote the knowledge of diversity of cultural expressions of various territories with their know-how. So this is a representation of the partnership that in over 30 years of activity, the foundation and the Life Beyond Tourism movement has reached so far. And of course, in this partnership, we also encounter prestigious organizations with whom we have a memorandum of understanding, like ICOMOS and UNWTO. And we refer to the UNESCO Convention 1972, the World Heritage List, and the 2003, interpretation and presentation in 2004, the respect and the difference of cultural identities. Let's go on. The Life Beyond Tourism propose a new ethical, cultural, and commercial vision of heritage sites. So let me greet the fact that this morning we are talking with a university that it is committed in the field of management, in the field of economy, in the field of tourism, in the field of promotion of local identities. It is one of the pillars of the Life Beyond Tourism movement. And we would like to share and emphasize the fact that heritage sites are the core attention of our activity because of their capacity of attracting people and the opportunity to build interpersonal relations, the opportunity to keep alive in front of a process of globalization, to keep alive and enhance the local tradition and contemporary culture of the places. And of course, we rely also in the capacity of inspiring the minds, emotions, and behavior of young generation and travelers toward the openness of knowledge and intercultural dialogue. This is a representation of what we dislike when people approaches cultural heritage. Let me also show you a video that we recently issued, and I would like to raise your attention on the keywords that you will be on the screen, provided that I will be able. Okay. Okay. I hope that you will watch it. Okay. Let me see. Again. You see my screen, I suppose?
Yes, yes.
Okay, let's go on. So we would like to relaunch the territories, the cultural expression of our places that must be protected. Oh, just a moment. Sorry again, but this is what happens sometimes when people are not as sufficiently proficient. Apologize. So let's go on again. So we would like to pursue the interpretation and right presentation of the local cultural expression of the places, also of your. And we would like also to approach that activity in terms of developing an adequate number of visitors in many places like Florence, but everywhere we are seeing how sometimes the crowd of people is provoking distortions in terms of livable places, in terms also of social and economic tissues. We are pursuing an extension of the stay of visitors, a better quality of relationship between presence, heritage, citizen, travel residents, and solidarity with the territory, and useful reflection on environmental protection, to struggle, as I told you before, against the degrade of the travel experience and privilege the quality of travel experience and the benefit for destination communities over the quantity of tourism. So we think it is important to commit us in promoting a right representation and storytelling in order to favor the right fruition of the local heritage in every region. So I'm going faster just to see this is important. Our Life Beyond Tourism portal, lifebeyondtourist.org, is especially in this period, of course, the main tools that with which we are disseminating our philosophy and through which we are raising visibility on the territory. And of course, the portal will host and give a visibility to your commitment in presenting Togliatti region cultural expressions. And in 2021, we are trying to set up a network of universities that, like yours, is committed in implement the Life Beyond Tourism principles and best practices in their territory. We would like to create, and we are starting recently, in a few months, to create a network of universities that are sharing with their students that experience of contributing to enhance and promote their territory. So this is just a representation so far of the universities that are taking part in the Life Beyond Tourism info points. Of course, I guess here is Togliatti. Everything is visible on our portal, but we reckon we are determining enlarging this network in the coming months. Just for your information, just this morning I received the confirmation of participation by the Kyrgyz Russian Slavic University. So it's another university, other colleagues like yours that will share this project and join us in this global movement for promoting cultural identities, for a travel, for dialogue. Some picture of the previous info points in Ivanovo, Russia, and in Riga, in the Durham, UK, in Vilnius, and Anastasia bear witness of that meeting, and then in Tambov. But recently also we activated the info point in Azerbaijan and in Georgia, and very soon also in Rabat, Morocco. So I would like to emphasize that you are taking part in a global movement of young people that would like to commit themselves in promoting their tradition. This is what I was saying you before. And let's go on. Of course, we are focusing on cultural expressions that, according to the UNESCO definition, would like to emphasize the importance of the creativity of a territory by the works of their individual, the works of group, and the society. That, of course, creativity that have a cultural content. And we would like to use those energies to share identities and sense of place in youth, to engender in them a sense of belonging and knowledge and ownership. This is another important point, to involve also local communities, because we would like that during your work, you will be able also to involve other communities in Togliatti regions, not only public authorities, as example, your colleagues from University of Tbilisi are doing an excellent job with their region, and but also local typical producers is another example of communities that universities are called to involve in this project, because altogether we would like to contribute to income generating capacity of the local cultural expression by implementing again the methodology that you will learn in coming days. Cultural expression, we mean artisan, local products, common saying, typical food, but I am sure that there are many other examples that also you will be able to discover on incoming days. Again, here are summarized the four steps that I mentioned you before. After this info day in Togliatti Academy of Management, there will be the opening of the fourth exhibition, Florence in the World in Florence. That will, again, I would like to highlight that it is not a celebration of Florence. It is just a way to show to you how we interpret the cultural identity of our city, and that could be a useful example for you to follow, but doesn't prevent you to change it, to adapt it according to the outcomes of the research that we will carry out. And storytelling program, it is really important. It is the core, it is the final outcomes that we are asking to all of you. And back to life, that is whose final outcome will be your participation in the International Regional Festival in Florence, in virtual, of course, but we are also keeping fingers crossed conceive it also as in presence in fall 2021. And again, don't forget the possibility to have an internship in for those students who would like to deepen the knowledge of life beyond tourism and to continue this activity of storytelling and local identity promotion and marketing. So this is just one of the piece of poster that you will receive in the exhibition kit. Some other picture of the exhibitions in Riga. As I told you before, this is an idea conceived by Corinna Del Bianco with the 42 original shots. The exhibition is 14 panels with 3 photos each. And I would like to remark that every poster is endowed of the near field communication technology. There is a chip through which you can get further insights of the subjects of the panels. And also this important, we would like that this concept of representation of the territory could be adopted also by you. These are some examples of the exhibition and the near field communication technology. At present, here you are the places in the world where the exhibition is going to, has been or is going to be open. And so again, this is the final outcome, the final step, the conclusive step of the project, that is the regional festival, that were to present your region through our photographic outlook using the Florence, the exhibition of Florence as an example, as inspiring tools. And let's go on, because this is the place in Florence where we are determined to organize the festival. Certainly, Elena, I guess you will be there in the Auditorium al Duomo. That is a multifunctional cultural and exhibition center very close to the historical downtown and the cathedral. In last February, we launched officially the program of Back to Life with the participation of the local authorities, and of course Togliatti were duly represented by Ekaterina and Elena. Some pictures, the list of the starting partners, but I guess again I am confident that in coming weeks many other universities will join us. And again, you are now asked to produce a storytelling. So this is very some hashtag, very in few words. There are the keywords of that sketch your coming commitments in the project. Again, let me emphasize our main achievement. It is to purpose, sorry. It is to engender a sense of cultural belongings and awareness in the youth, and engage the local community in the project research, starting from the university, of course, but enlarging also to the other bodies of the society, to foster cohesive territorial visibility and at international level, and boost the image of your region as cozy and attractive for a new model of tourism, to provide visitors with the right tools for interpret and understand your cultural identity, and then to contribute to the income generating capacity of your local cultural expression and low sustainability and resilience. These are some of the areas that your cultural storytelling could focus. Of course, these are just some examples. You are welcome in finding out other areas of activity, but description of your area with the map, a meaningful picture, a slogan, description of city towns, description of point of cultural interest, itineraries, custom and tradition, local festival, gastronomic specialities, companies, artists, institutions, and craftsmen that are worthy to be put into light because they represent the real spiritus loci, as the ancient Roman were used to say. So these are some pills of a potential research from your university. But again, you can also find out many others, I'm confident. This is an example of how some students from Tbilisi already produced their cultural storytelling devoted to the region of Kvemo-Kartli, southward Tbilisi, the capital. So this is some just examples, and this is the working group of 7 students and 2 tutors. And again, the regional festival in fall 2021 is the final one. I conclude here my presentation, and again, this is some pills of our activity and how we conceived this initiative back to life, and some ideas for you how to carry out your activity. And I conclude here my presentation, and I would like to rise to give the floor to Corinna, that will give you further more details about some the next 2 steps, let's say, again, the exhibition and the course, and of course the conclusion of our common presentation. If you have some questions right now, we can try to give a right answer. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention, girls and guys. And Corinna, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you. So if you don't have any question for Simone, do you? Okay.
Have been exhaustive in any sense.
Okay. So yeah, just Simone was very comprehensive. So about the exhibition, what I can say more is that what we tried to do is our own representation of the Florentine territory. And what I personally was doing is looking with my own background, my own territory. So I'm an architect, I'm also a photographer and researcher. So of course, my point of view was looking a lot at the urban and architectural dimension. But this is not the only one. So what we are expecting is that each institution that will then produce their own also have their own perspective on the territory and also on the representation tools. So what I chose personally was the photographs, was this scale and dimension of looking at the city. But it's not the only one. So what is important is also to leave a lot of freedom to the expressions, also to the representation and to the peculiarities that the students will have, so their own tools, their own methods, and so on. And I have a short, very short presentation to introduce you to the educational activities of Life Beyond Tourism that we produced in time. So I will share my my screen, my very messy screen that is always messy. Okay, so sorry. Could you please confirm that you are seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So you're screening the presentation mode. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, so as I was mentioning, I'm mainly focused on urban design, architecture and urban design. And I also teach at the Politecnico di Milan. And I coordinate the scientific and educational activities related to the Life Beyond Tourism Travel to Dialogue movement. And I will briefly recap what already Simone said. So our mission and aim is to protect and enhance local cultural identities. And this is a picture that shows our main crucial point. So this is Florence, and those of you who know Florence probably will know this square. This is the Uffizi Square, and this building here is the Galleria degli Uffizi. That is one of the most important pinacotheques of the world, one of the first, and is of course one of the highlights for tourism. So all the tourists that come to Florence, of course, have this as one of the main places to visit. And the crowd that you see in front of the building is something that is very usual. And the day in which I took this photo, it was 2018, it was November. It was a pretty low season in terms of tourism. It was a rainy day, it was November, so it was not a particularly high season. But still, we have this crowd of people. So it's something that is ongoing, that was before COVID ongoing all the days. And these people are here for cultural reasons. They are here spending time and money to enjoy and to learn something. So they have a wonderful mood, actually, in general terms, of course, for learning and trying and experiencing new things. So if we zoom in this picture, we will see that these people are coming from very, very different backgrounds. So what we are saying is that travel is a very important opportunity of dialogue among cultures because of heritage. So all these people here for heritage and coming from very different backgrounds, if we provide a different commercial offer to them, they will be able to be put in touch and to exercise dialogue, tolerance, respect that are essential for people's peaceful coexistence. So from this starting point, Life Beyond Tourism movement was born. So we are creating this new offer, commercial offer that I was mentioning, that is focused on ethics. And we are targeting, addressing to very different type of people. So from individuals, as I can be, or you, all of you can be as a different person that decide to travel, or as institutions, so universities or libraries or museums, municipalities, and so on, or private companies as well. So, for example, commercial activities living on site, or, for example, hotel companies, restaurants. So everybody who is involved in the field of travel, in the chain of travel. And we are basing this offer on a research that is very active and participatory, that is involving all the Fondazione Romualdo del Bianco's network, that is active in 111 countries and is involving over 500 institutions. So it's very diversified, transversal, and intercultural. And all our research, we publish it in books and articles. And since 2000, we published over 40 publications that are shared with the InfoKit, and you received it. And for all the members of the movement in download on the portal lifebeyondtourism.org. And among these, I would like to highlight 3 milestones. The first 2 of 2016, the slides book, in which we highlight the synergy among the UNESCO Conventions 1972, 203, and 205. And always in 2016, World Heritage Sites for Dialogue, in which we stress the responsibilities that World Heritage Sites have in producing and creating these occasions of dialogue among cultures. And in 2019, the milestone is a World Heritage for Building Peace that we presented at the UNESCO World Heritage Committee, first in Manama and then in Bahrain, so twice for 2 years consequently. And the very last publications are the proceedings of the 2020 forum. So the presentation, we did it online, of course, in October 2020, and is a very choral publication involving over 140 authors. So from this research and bibliographic basis, we created the educational offer that is targeting different types of activities, as I was mentioning before, of Life Beyond Tourism movement targets. So we created first a course for businesses and institutions in e-learning, to help all those who want to certify their activity, their business, for intercultural dialogue. So to make a kind of quality certifications for those activities that want to insert live beyond tourism and intercultural dialogue into their products. Then the second is a course that we usually have in Florence, that is the Training for Trainers intensive course, in which we train professors or local administrators that then will go back to their universities, schools, or municipalities and institutions, and will then teach to their colleagues and their students the Life Beyond Tourism principles, adapting them to the cultural background of the place. And up to today, we had 34 participants from 19 countries. And we are also working a lot with African countries and municipalities that were now approaching the tourism economy, and we're looking at different ways and conscious ways of developing it. And then university students, and here we come to you. So the foundation started its activity of international students workshops over 30 years ago. So I think this is one of the highlights of the foundation's activity, in which dialogue among different cultures was the main objective of these workshops. And then we started with We have then difference in terms of bachelor students and master students. So for bachelor students, since 2014, we are having in-presence workshops and intensive courses at the Josai International University in Tokyo, Japan. And then we also had workshops in 2016 at the Azerbaijan University of Architecture and Construction, and in 2020 a workshop at the University of Economics and Business of Prague, of course in e-learning, this one. And then also we are creating courses and curriculum for master students within the project of Erasmus Plus projects. So European Union educational projects. So the first one, we ended it in 2019, is SURE, Sustainable Urban Rehabilitation in Europe. It is mainly addressing to architects, conservators, and urban designers. And it's now implemented in its pilot version in the Polytechnical schools of Madrid, Vilnius, Lublin, and La Sapienza in Rome. And we are now at the last year, so finalizing the process for the UNINET project, University Network for Cultural Heritage, Integrated Protection, Management and Use, in which we are developing a master curriculum for architects, conservators, archaeologists, and landscape designers. So the first one, SURE, was a 3-year course. And the second one is a 1-year master course. And the e-learning. So we developed during the last year a new e-learning course that is available on the Udemy platform, and is the one that Simone was mentioning. This course that is called Life Beyond Tourism, Travel to Dialogue, Heritage as a Builder of Peace. We start from the definitions of heritage and of intercultural dialogue. And the course is aimed at giving the basis for understanding the main concepts of the life beyond tourism research, which sees heritage as a tool to create important opportunities of intercultural dialogue, as we were mentioning. Furthermore, the course gives the tools to decline this opportunity into a challenge for the design process at the architectural and urban scale. So it's divided in 3 modules. The first one is an introduction to the course with conceptual scope and terminology. The second one deals with the topic of the influence of tourism on a site, with the risks and opportunities and basic literature. And the third one explores the life beyond tourism world from its beginning to its milestones. And the students are also asked to make simple researches, browsing on the internet or through the bibliography, and finding their possible examples, creating their own references file. And of course, all the students can access to the bibliography of Life Beyond Tourism on the Life Beyond Tourism portal. And then we also have courses addressing children that are now, because of the pandemic, suspended, but will, as soon as the vaccine will be available for everybody, will be restarting with summer and winter camps in Florence. And part of this, of our activity is, a very important part is the sharing and confrontation activity. So we always bring our contribution to international conferences, and we organize ICOMOS. ICOMOS is International Council of Monuments and Sites, is an institution that is working within UNESCO for the management of World Heritage Sites. So there are international scientific committees in Florence. And every year we organize a general assembly and symposium in Florence. So 2020 and 2021, unfortunately, we could not. We are working on an online program for 2021. So you will soon be able to have some information about that and take part. And about this, I would like to show you a short, very, very short video just to let you breathe a little bit the air that we have, the atmosphere that we have during those days of sharing and confrontation. This was the 2019 General Assembly. It was the very last one. The guest country, every year we have a guest country, was Bahrain, making their own exhibitions of cultural expressions. So it's nice to see those things that are now, they look so far, but we will soon be back to these moments of gathering and sharing and knowing each other in person. So I will leave you with just one invitation. Is the invitation to have a look at the Life and Tourism appeal to the international community called Building Peace Through Heritage. That was launched during the last Foundation's General Assembly, so the one that we saw the video. And this appeal is formulated to raise awareness on the importance of heritage in promoting opportunities of intercultural dialogue. And so it's something that might give you also some ideas, also for, especially for the students, I mean, and everybody can subscribe it, so individually or as an institution, if you agree and if you want, of course. So that's all from my side, and of course I'm completely available also to discuss about the educational activities, but once that you will start the program with the exhibition, also in the formulation of the exhibition, and so feel free to even ask anything about that.
Okay, thank you very much, dear Corinna. I don't know, dear friends from Togliatti, if you have some questions, some curiosity that you would like to be satisfied right now before you start to attend the e-learning course on life beyond tourism that Corinna described gave an overview. Any question?
Yeah. We have questions. Do you hear me well?
Yeah? Yes, I hear you.
I've got a question for Corinna. Well, what was your inspiration while making such a project, while doing such an exhibition, while making such type of photography? What was the, well, what inspired you, or who inspired you?
Yeah, okay, so I think there are two different things to take into account. The first one is that the aim of the exhibition, so the movement asked me as photographer, let's say, to develop a representation of the local cultural identity. And I was thinking in the life beyond tourism perspective, when you have an element of the cultural identity, I don't know, maybe it's an object, an aircraft object, maybe it's an architecture, maybe it's something that represents the city. So, for example, the cathedral, or the leather things, purses that are part of the Florentine aircrafts and are sold to everybody. They come, or for example, wine, also, for example, Florentine wine, Florentine oil. They come from a whole different, from a whole cultural landscape. So they are produced by a culture, by a history, by centuries of developing society. So what I try to do with the triptychs, so doing these triptychs, is to show that where do these elements come from? So wine, for example, come from a chain that is involving a lot of the landscape, and all the landscape around Florence is highly marked with that. So humankind shaped the landscape of Tuscany in order to produce wine. So this is a bit the conceptual idea behind the exhibition. And then from the more artistical point of view, I use photography because it's a tool that I've always been using and developing for representing the society also, that is so yeah, to represent social aspects of something. So even when I study houses or I study cities, I use photography to represent the people who are making it. So this was a little bit the reasons of creating a photographic exhibition, and with these three scales always of representation, from the landscape to the object.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, the second question.
May I add one thing, just
sure.
to join the observations, and of course it's my point of view is a point of view of a profound person. I am an humble economy, not but what Corinna properly highlight is that she gave an own interpretation of the site she live in. What we are asking to all of you is to not to replicate the model of Corinna itself, but to give your interpretation, because we would like to spur a sort of civic engagement in young people, in studying first of all and be aware of the place they are, and then to use and produce something that could put visitors at your house, not at their house, as we are used to say. So we would like, that's we call our commitment life beyond tourism. We don't want that you will depict the iconic places of Togliatti. As Corinna did, she didn't focus her attention on Uffizi or on Botticelli, on Michelangelo. No, because they have been used in by the actual tourist operator in only an economic and depleting way. We would like all of you to make these efforts to emphasize from your point of view, which are the aspects that could produce a human way to approach your identity, a human way to approach your cultural expressions. And of course, we can't teach to you. We provide just some tools, but you are free to adopt it or to change it or completely disattend it. Not, the most important thing that everybody share this commitment in be part of a process of human welcome to your identity. Because we think that this is, that's why we would like to go beyond tourism. Everyone study technique of marketing, always approach, always focusing on the economic aspects. We don't want to forget the economic aspects as important, but there is a different compromise between making business, that it is necessary, of course, but at the same time to make it in a more sustainable, resilient, and human way. Because as we said since the beginning, the combination, the way we combine culture and travel, it's very important to, and we can get different results, different outcomes. So far, we have only seen that quantitative aspects of the travel, of tourism, has created many problems, and moreover, has has ignored many other aspects that are more important to keep into life. That is the human aspects, the intercultural aspects, the mutual respect. We can do business, and we would like to teach, to continue to be business, but in a different way. That is my sorry for interrupting you.
Thank you so much.
Let's go on with the second question,
We
Ekaterina.
have a question from our students.
Yeah.
Is it possible?
Yeah, sure, with pleasure.
Buongiorno amici, mi chiamo Palina, io sono la studentessa dell'Università del Togliatti, piacere.
Your Italian is better my awful Russian.
I will continue in English. And my question is, so we as students are going to make our own exhibition, photography exhibition. And my question is it possible for us as designers to mix photography with any different art direction to represent our feelings or members of our city clearly?
I think so. Yeah. You can do what is, so you will receive a template for sending the materials at the end. But in addition to that, you can add whatever you want. And also inside the template, it will be very free. So you can use the tools that you want. You can use photography, you can use drawing, you can use comics, you can use art, you can use text, you can use videos, you can use whatever.
Yes, may I add one thing? May I? Could you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the 14 panels of the exhibition that you will receive soon, I hope, is just a material. Don't forget that in specifically each panel of the exhibition has a chip, and with the smartphone you can access, by approaching your smartphone to the chip of each poster, you access to other contents. And of course, you are not only required to reproduce the triptychs as it is, but you have also to enlarge the communication capacity of your work by videos, by art, by you are of the Faculty of Design. So in many, the communication is widened. It's not just only photos. Photos is for utility of the exhibition and for utility of the festival that will be in Florence. But your work, it could be, and hopefully will be, more comprehensive and can adapt other ways of expressing the contents that you are producing.
Yeah, and take into account that each panel, as Simone was mentioning, has this NFC code. So through this NFC, you get access to the web pages. So especially multimedia materials and so on will also have access to the pages. So will be shared in the pages and so on. So keep in mind also this. So there will be also this use.
That's the meaning. Okay. Well,
Дорогой вопрос?
yeah, may I?
Конечно, конечно.
Karina, while in
Пожалуйста.
your presentation, yeah, you were talking about online courses for students and the course for children. Is it, well, is it global? I mean, the course for children. Is it in English or Italian? Is it for Italian children or, well, our children can also use it?
Yeah, so we were organizing it for Chinese children, for example, and they had the translator. They have double in Italian and in Chinese. So they were learning also Italian and they were doing tours and so on. Now it's suspended because of, so it's not useful to do it online in that way. But we will do that again as soon as we can have no more this type of restriction. I see you're having restrictions yet, or did you have the vaccine and you're free from masks and so on?
Oh, well, actually, we are almost free.
Wow.
Yeah. I cannot say that we use masks, yeah, mostly, but here inside our university, we are free about it.
Yeah.
Super.
By the way,
like a community, like a family, so
yeah,
we are always together like this.
Okay.
By the way, dear Corinna, the question by Ekaterina is pertinent because you have to know. I browse the website of Togliatti Academy of Management, and I make the congratulations to them because they don't have not only higher educational programs, but they have also elementary school, kindergarten, high schools. So they bring young people up to the graduation. So it's in my opinion, is a good way to carry out to care the educational career of students from childhood until the graduation. So congrats, and that's why Katerina did that question. It's very perfect.
Yeah, I'm thinking not only about students. Yeah, I think also about our school children. Yeah.
Okay. If there are no any questions, if you allow me, I would like at the conclusion, but not at least to give some few words to Anastasia. Anastasia is our intern student from the European Humanities University in Vilnius, and together with his tutor, we bravely decided to start her interns in Florence in spite of the situation. And of course, her university is taking part to the project Back to Life. And I asked her to present her point of view and how her university would like to carry out their participation in our project. This is just an example, but in order to share good practices among us, I leave the floor to Anastasia.
Thank you, Simone. Thank you. Thank you again. Hello once again. Здравствуйте. As far as you can understand from my name, it's Anastasia Halaborda. I'm a Russian-speaking person, but for us to stay in the same language pool and for Karina and Simona to understand us better, I'll remain in speaking English. But feel free to contact me after this meeting in Russian. I will be absolutely happy to help out because I'm also preparing for the exhibition. I went through the e-learning course and I can help with that too. So to introduce myself briefly, as Simona told you already, I'm a student and I come from Belarus, but I study in European Humanities University in Vilnius in Lithuania. And I'm a final year student, so this will be my graduation year and I will be writing my diploma soon too. But as being a student of VHU, I had a very, very nice opportunity to meet with the foundation of Ramon Derbianco in Florence 3 years ago. We came here with my professors and my colleague students, and we went to the Palazzo Capini and saw Florence back when it was crowded with people and tourists too. So it was a very nice opportunity to get acquainted with the activity of Latvian Tourism Movimento and with the foundation too. And so 3 years since then, I'm here in Florence right now. So it's very nice to be an intern at the foundation. I'm very happy to be here in Florence too. And it's interesting how, regardless of all of the restrictions, you end up being here. It's amazing. And I have a very unique opportunity to see Florence in a very different kind of state. Right now I'm staying mostly at home because I have to undergo the self-isolation period, but I have a lot of friends here, online friends, and they take me for a walk online and they will show me some places that I saw previously crowded with people. As Karina was showing in her presentation, the space in front of the Uffizi gallery was always crowded with people, especially in the high seasons, like starting from March, I guess, and so on. And now I will be seeing like the photos or the videos of this place being absolutely empty. And this is not some months period. It's not some several days, but almost a year already. So it's a very interesting period of time, I think, not only for Florence, but for many cities that are used to welcoming travelers and a lot of tourists. And I'm happy to be here and to see it all. But to go back to the exhibition and the course. So as part of my internship, I'm being right now a coordinator of this collaboration between my university and the students from my university and the foundation. So we'll be also preparing the exhibition, and I have been introduced for the last days to the requirements and some ideas on what should we do. And I really like the question of the student. I don't remember, was it Polina, I guess. The question about the designer works, because our university and my particular department has two directions. It's studying European heritage and tourism, and also studying visual design. So we have a lot of works, a lot of projects that would be connected to the city of ours. We live in Vilnius mostly, and they're beautiful. I'm not a designer, but I have a lot of friends that would make very beautiful work that would depict the spirit of the place, the genius loci, and I thought it would be very nice to provide the visitors of the exhibition with that projects too. And I think Simona underlined this option of near field communication, NFC chips, as being this tool to implement the works that are either videos or some collage, like some drawings on a website, on a digital kind of form, and connected to some photos too. So again, if you feel absolutely free to contact me, because we'll be going through the same process of preparing, and I think it will be cool to talk to each other while we'll be preparing our work. And the course, the e-learning course with Karina on the Udemy platform. Am I mispronouncing it?
Yeah.
So the e-learning course with Karina, I've also just finished it and I was distributing the access codes with Simone to our students. So I can reflect on it too. The course is very nice. For me, as being a student of European Heritage Program, it was nice to go through the most important conventions of the UNESCO and World Heritage Committee. So I think it will be a very nice start to get acquainted, I guess, more with the activity of the foundation. So I think it's an exciting opportunity too. And yeah, so again, feel free to contact me. It would be nice to have a chat. Maybe Simone could distribute my contact information after this call. It would be nice to chit chat. So thank you. Yes, and it was nice to meet you guys.
Thank you very much, Anastasia. And we are approaching the end of our meeting. That it is just the initial step of our collaboration. I thank you for your attention. Elena, Ekaterina, again, thank you very much for all the energies you paid over the last weeks, and you will in coming weeks for driving your student. Feel free to write me, to call me for any other question. The next step is when you will be ready, I will provide you with the access code for the group of your students. So bear in mind that according to technical matters that I don't manage, that access code is valid for 3 days. So please let me know after consultation with all your group, which is the date you prefer to start. I will send you the code, and later you have a time 3 days for completing the attendance of the course. If you like, and I ask again the collaboration of Corina, if she can, at the conclusion of the course, we can set up a new Zoom call or Skype call for any other questions and so on. After that, it's up to you. The ball is in your field, and so you will start to work on that cultural storytelling, preferable also to involve, as I emphasized before, also the other community, local community, the city, because you are working for a visibility of your city, your town, your region. So it is worthy that also the Togliatti administration, the Samara region administration should be informed, because maybe can provide you with further details and insight that you can deepen the community of producers, because it is an opportunity for them to have an international visibility. So there is a wide spectrum of possibilities that you can investigate in coming weeks. And once completed your work, we will start the dissemination. We have already did it with the works of your colleagues of Georgia, the Kvemo-Kartli region, you remember? So our portal, our newsletter, our social profile will be activated to give visibility to your research and also to promote Togliatti Academy Manager, because if you will do a good job, it is worthy to be promoted. And in fall 2021 is the final step, a production of a physical layout for the final festival. God knows, but I would like to invite you to consider the possibility to be in presence in Florence. Probably Sputnik vaccine is more effective than other ones. We are working also for that, to launch a message of hope and to restart, to have our ordinary customs, ordinary habits for making people making students, meeting colleagues from other countries, for sharing, for communicating, for mutual understanding. That is the final the final achievement of our foundation. If we will succeed, we have, I'm sure, contributed to launch a message of confidence all over the world. And thank Togliatti Academy of Management to be on board with us and the other universities. So it's if there are no other words, questions, Ekaterina, would you like to say something, or otherwise?
I'd like to thank you, Simone, to thank Karina, and to thank Anastasia, yeah, for making such thorough message and presentations, yeah, dedicated to the project. And I'd like to add that we are grateful and we are very glad to join such a global projects with intercultural, to be inside this intercultural dialogue. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Дорогие друзья, я желаю очень успех, любовь и счастье, and увидимся позже. No, увидимся.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ciao everybody. Thank you Corinna. Thank you Anastasia. Thank you everybody. Grazie Elena. Grazie Caterina. Grazie Riviata. Ciao.
Ciao guys.
Ciao. Ciao. Bye bye.
Bye bye.